welcome on this beautiful Friday. We're getting ready for Gameweek 6. Hope you all are having a great Friday. I'm actually in a good mood today. So today I'm going to be doing picks. That's for all you Fantasy Premier League players, pundits, enthusiasts, whatever you want to call it. And then, I'm just going to give you tips on who to look out for, who you might play, and what the scout report is saying. So we're going to look at a couple of the players and strategy, how one can do, which is the best strategy, and how to formulate your own strategy. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so this week's games starting tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We've got Fulham against Crystal Palace, Wolves against Luton, Man City against Nottingham Forest, Everton against Brentford, Burnley against Man United, and then Sunday we've got the big one, Arsenal versus Spurs. That's a London derby. Brighton against Bournemouth, Chelsea versus Aston Villa. That's going to be a tight game also. Liverpool versus West Ham, according to me. Just take a look at those again. That's that. So that will be my first 11 so far without making any changes, but I'm also looking at taking out Rodrigo, seeing that they have an easy encounter with Nottingham because he hasn't been doing well for me. I mean, like, he's been scoring low points in the past couple of games. So, and then again, I'm also looking at let me see, Onana hasn't had a very good outing for me, but at the same time I'm looking, can't be that bad. But looking across the field, I'm gonna go back again. The last 2 points, the last game I scored 40 points. So I think I'm gonna make some swaps. As you can see, Haaland did a good outing for me. Salah made a good outing for me. Romero did a good outing for me. Saka had a good outing for me. But again, who am I gonna take out? You know, as the Tupian was played from the bench, I didn't like him. But Anderson, how is Anderson in this coming fixture? Well, it looks like they're taking Fulham, so he looks settled. So I could keep him. Who else is next? Let me look at Matty Cash. Well, Matty Cash, they're having an outing with so I'm gonna take him out because they're taking on Chelsea, so it's gonna be a tough game. And who else? Like I said, Darwin didn't have a good outing for me, so I'm gonna get rid of him. To see like who can I shuffle around. Remember, I said I'm doing a major reshuffle. Back to the drawing board. Please ignore those WhatsApps. Yeah, man, we're recording. James Maddison, that's gonna be a London derby. Should I get rid of him? Let's see. Maybe Maddison, I might get rid of him. So let's look at strategy. Let's start with the defenders. Always look at form, especially when you have a budget that you have to work with, a very tight budget. So I want to keep it under 5. And then Gusto, let's see what Gusto, Gusto, because they're having an easy outing, I think. Let me just look. Gusto, they're having an outing with Aston Villa, so it's going to be a tight one. I might just keep him. And then again, who am I gonna? Let's see for the midfield to replace Maddison. Who am I gonna go with? And who's on form? It's Salah. You know, but again, budget is very key for me. So I'm gonna try and keep it under 10 million pounds. Oh, Son is from Spurs is on point. Again, they're having a London derby. Do I want to risk it with him being that expensive, 9.1 million? I don't know. Let me look at Sterling because he brings a very affordable option, 7.2. Again, Aston Villa. So I think Gross is the winner. Plus, he offers a little bit of freeing up the capital. Pascal Gross. I mean, like, they're having an easy outing against Bournemouth, and he's been doing very well lately. So I'm gonna go with Gross. Okay, so for strikers, I've got 9.6 million pounds in the bank. So I'm gonna see, because Darwin didn't do well for me. So again, first check my budget, make sure I'm under 9.5. Go for 4. Julian Alvarez, Edward. Unfortunately, let me see. I actually can afford him. So I'm going to choose Hudson Edward. Plus, they're having an easy outing against Fulham. So I want to try him out and see, because he's been doing very well for Crystal Palace. So I'm going to go with him. And then, yeah, man, that is going to be my starting 11. I think that's what I'm going to go with for this coming weekend. Again, that was what I was planning to do. So I'm going to move those pieces around and see how I can make them fit for next game, So you saw I replaced Matty Cash. I'm gonna replace Darwin. Yeah, so those will be my things. So yeah, if I didn't replace them, this is how my team will line up first. I'll put in Anderson. Currently with my current squad, this is what I'm going to do. So yeah, Darwin, I'm gonna get rid of him because he didn't do well for me in the last outing, and I think he's he's not that consistent of a player. So I'm gonna get rid of him and substitute him. So this will be my probable starting 11. Remember, I'm going with a 3-5-2. So that'll be my bench. Onana will keep his place because Man United are having an outing against Burnley, so I think he's gonna keep a clean sheet, and maybe Man United will probably allow only one goal. But so far, this is my squad. All right, now we're getting into tactics. So in terms of who to swap and if you want to play your wild card, firstly, I'm gonna start with the goalkeepers. Because to release funds for the rest of the squad, I think, let me see who I'm gonna choose. Robert Sanchez, again, a little bit of outing with Aston Villa. I'm gonna go with him because he's 4.6 million pounds. So I'm gonna take him. All right. So let's see, do I want to start with defenders? Yeah, I'll start with the defenders. Who to choose? Who's on form? So always, again, I'm going with form. So yeah, Gusto. I'm going to go with Gusto from Chelsea. Seeing that, Oh, Udogi. I went with Udogi. Why would I go with Udogi? I don't know. I guess maybe I want to release some funds. Form. There we go. Andrew Robertson, he had a great outing against the Wolves. I saw the goal he scored, and they're playing against West Ham United. What do I do? Very tempting, because I also look at what Romero also presents to the table. So yeah, at the same time, like I said, Gusto, do I want to keep him? Tough one. It's really a tough one, because I also want to free up some budget for the midfield. So if I had to remove Estipian, who am I going to choose? Dun. The Newcastle players. Yeah, maybe I should go with the Newcastle players. Whoa, 4.6 Botman. I think I'm going to choose him. Because Newcastle, I think they're having a game against, who are they playing against? Let me look at so I think I'm going to go with Button, because the differential said what to do with Newcastle defenders. As you can see, I still have 3 midfield spaces open. But I'm going to go with the strikers first. Let's see what the strikers present. Form again, Haaland is taken. Julian Alvarez, Edward from Crystal Palace, Ferguson. So those are the form guys in the going into game week 6. So I'm gonna pause on that for a little bit, and I'm gonna go back to the midfield again and see who I can choose. So again, start with form. Who's the form player? You know, Choson, all right, he's a form player. He's one of the guys who did well and also can have a good outing against Arsenal. So, but I'm also going to restore Salah because Salah has been consistent throughout the whole week, eh? But then again, let's look at Arsenal. Arsenal present a different kettle of fish. You know, you see that Arsenal have been consistent, but again, the midfield, it's very, Arsenal is very. Martin Odegaard just signed a new contract, a contract extension. He's been doing very well lately in the middle of the park, and even as a captain. Arsenal have got a solid team playing games to win, but in terms of fantasy Premier League, I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Odegaard for thing as a thing of shaking things up. He might have a good outing against Tottenham. So I think, like I said, I'm going to keep Salah in the middle of the park. He's been extremely consistent with his assists. So now we're going to go into the strike force. The strike force has got interesting proposition to offer for everyone out there. Again, Darwin is gone for me, like I've already mentioned that. So let's see who's the form striker. Well, budget-wise, let me see budget-wise because I don't want to kill myself and end up like being so I'm gonna go with a budget under 6.5, and Edward is the most logical option at the moment. And what are we gonna do with that? Edward, like again, he's having an outing with Fulham. Seems very, he's got a 7.7 form basis, so I'm gonna go with him. And then strike force wise, and also because look, it might be a tight game, and Nketiah might not have a good outing against Tottenham. So let's see. Under £7 million quid. Well, Alvarez, I suspect he's going to have a big one against Nottingham Forest. So I suspect, Do I choose him? Do I choose another person? Oh, flip. I don't have enough money, so I can't take Julian Alvarez. So I have to go back to the drawing board. Who am I going to take as a striker? This is going to be a tough one. Under £7 million quid, 6.9. So I chose Ferguson, because also I think Brighton are having a good outing this weekend also. So that is the team I would like. These are the players I would, based on form. Like if you want to play around with your squad, you can play around with form and see what you can do. Right, so another team to look out for is, the scout report. That's for if you want a second option to what I have suggested. Remember, I am giving tips on how can you choose your players according to form, according to your budget. So this is also to give you guys a little bit of heads up into how to go about with your strategy. So let's take a look at what the Scouts report says about this week, which players you might consider. Alright, so I'm gonna give you a new segment which is Bet of the Week. So this is all for you betting fundis out there. I'm gonna give you my suggestions to see which picks you're gonna use for your betting apps and platforms. So yeah, bets for the week. Here we go. So for those who are betting fundies, so yeah, I'm gonna give you my pick for the week. So which picks you can use for your betting shenanigans. So Crystal Palace against Fulham. I think Crystal Palace are gonna take it. Luton, the new boys against the Wolves on Saturday. I'm gonna go with Wolves, and it's obvious Man City is gonna beat Nottingham. Brentford versus Everton. I think it's going to be a draw. Yeah, I think it's going to be a draw. And then Burnley against Man United. And I think Man United are away. Burnley might just score their first victory against Man United with all the disarray. They just came from a 4-3 drubbing from Bayern Munich. So, but again, I'm going to go with Man United. I think because as you look at the stats, the predictions, Man United might just come out the winner. So next it will be, let's see, for Sunday, Arsenal versus Spurs. Woo! That's going to be a tough one. You could put a bet that it's going to be a 2-2 draw, or with Arsenal's confidence going into this game week and the coach Arteta playing a very winning soccer, winning football, I'd say Arsenal are going to edge it out by 2-1. I really think Arsenal are going to edge it out by 2-1. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think Arsenal are going to win it by 2-1. And then Brighton versus Bournemouth. Brighton is going to win that. Chelsea versus Aston Villa. That might be a draw, but I'm going to give it to Chelsea on this one. Chelsea is going to win. Liverpool against West Ham. Liverpool is going to win it. And Newcastle is going to beat Sheffield United. So those are my picks for all those betting fundies. Yeah, go for it, and then yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let's look at the log table coming up next. So that is the log table for now. Man City is on top of the log currently, followed by Tottenham, followed by Liverpool. Arsenal is number 4, Brighton is number 5, West Ham United is number 6, and Aston Villa is 7. Nottingham is number 8, number 9 is Crystal Palace, number 10 is Fulham, and Brentford is number 11. Newcastle is 12. Man United and Chelsea are not having a great start to the beginning of this campaign. They're at the bottom of the log, flirting closely to the relegation zone. Not yet, but they're playing very close to the relegation zone. It's too early for that. Bournemouth is number 15, Wolves is number 16, Sheffield United is number 17, and Everton is number 18. Burnley and Luton as the newcomers, well, Burnley's not actually new to the league, but Luton are. They've all managed 1 point each. Oof, after 4 outings. But again, remember, next week, I think Burnley and Luton are having double week games. So how are you going to do that? I don't know. I'll scratch into my little bag of tricks and see what I can offer for you guys. And then yeah, let's see you guys next week. So you can follow me on my socials below. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of At Inside Odie's Joint. Hope to see you next week after the review of the Game Week 6 games. Have an awesome one. I'll probably do a Springbok analysis next week. Shap shap.